signed up for Posing Naked on the Page because I was a big fan of yours and I wanted to make the shift from academic writing to personal narrative. And I knew that there was a whole world of kind of new techniques that I needed to acquire. And I knew that you would be a very good guide through that, an ultimate guide through that. And my experience of the course was gobsmacking. I mean, when you sign up for stuff like this, I know how impressive you are, but you never know kind of what cohort you're going to, and it was just the most impressive group of women. There was just so much the intellect in the group was really just profound, and also the support, and it was really so beneficial for me, like from a structural perspective writing, but also just as a human being exposed to women like that was a really beautiful experience. I'm very grateful.
And how would you describe me as a teacher to other people who've never worked with me?
Remarkable. You and I have been a teacher for many years. You're able to kind of walk that line between that very fine balance between being vulnerable yourself and a part of the group yourself, but also kind of being able to step back and go kind of take control and go, hang on, you're a very good moderator, but you're also very invested, and that's very clear. So you felt like a very safe space. You created an incredibly safe space.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. And how do you think you changed over the course of Posing Naked on the Page as a writer?
Oh, hugely. I learned a lot of things, actually. I'm just reading Bodywork now, actually. And as I'm reading it, I've realized that we really step through in the course a lot of what they go through in Bodywork. I learned firstly, I recognized that tendency of mine to write kind of from a bit of a sterile perspective, from a not really vulnerable perspective, even though what I'm saying is vulnerable, how I'm expressing it isn't, it doesn't catch because it's just a bit too clinical. It's a bit too wordy and not. So you gave me the power to be a lot more kind of reflective and also keep things simple. I mean, some of my favorite pieces, and there were some beautiful essays presented in that class, even just from the group. Some of my favorite work was the work that was just dealt with quite complex subjects, but did it in a way that made it so accessible and so simple to read. It was beautiful, and I aspire to that now, and I'm working on that. The other thing I really learned was the description, and you are so big on description, and you do it so beautifully. And I'm not great at that. And so I've recognized some of my deficits but also some of my strengths. So it wasn't all just, oh, wow, I've got so much to learn. It was like, oh, no, I do that really well. But I need to work on that, and that kind of engaging language, which as an academic, it's kind of trained out of you. So I'm learning how to engage that kind of emotional part of myself.